Hi. How are you doing, 5th grade? All right, so we're going to find the simplest form ratios, which you've been practicing, but we're going to practice even more. So let's look at this example. At a toy shop, Bernice bought 3 pink toy cars, 6 blue toy cars, and 9 yellow toy cars. What is the ratio of the number of pink toy cars to the number of blue toy cars to the number of yellow toy cars that Bernice bought? So we have 3 quantities that we're comparing. And order matters because we're talking about ratios. So we have to find the number of pink toy cars to the number of blue toy cars to the number of yellow toy cars. So I just abbreviated it like pink to blue to yellow. And I took the information from the problem, 3 to 6 to 9. But this is not in simplest form. Okay? What is a common factor between 3, 6, and 9? It's 3. So we want to divide all of these by 3. And what do we get? Okay. Well, we get, let's see, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So our simplified ratio is 1 to 2 to 3. Okay. Can you please pause the video and try guided practice number 1 on your own? All right. Hi, welcome back. Let's check our answers together. Let's look at guided practice number 1. It says, during a track event, Darren ran 200 meters, Shelby ran 800 meters, and Antonio ran 300 meters. What was the ratio of the distance Darren ran to the distance Shelby ran to the distance Antonio ran? Okay, we're comparing 3 ratios, and again, order matters. So, thankfully, the student is being very helpful on the page. He says, find the common factor of 200, 800, and 3,000 to find this ratio in simplest form. And the greatest common factor turns out to be 200. Okay, 200 divided by 200 is 1. 800 divided by 200 is 4. 3,000 divided by 200, ooh, that's kind of a toughie. So I wrote it like this. 3,000 divided by 200, we can write the division in fraction form like this. 3,000 divided by 200. Okay, now that we have this, we can cross out the zeros. Here's another pair of zeros we can cross out. Now we have 30 divided by 2. What is half of 30? That's equal to just 15. So the simplified ratio is 1 to 4 to 15. And there are no other common factors besides 1. So it's in simplest form. Woohoo! Good job. All right. Let's talk about equivalent ratios and finding them. Look at this example. Let me just make my video screen a tad larger for you to see. It says Rebecca filled 3 containers, A, B, and C, completely with orange juice. The containers' capacities were in the ratio 2 to 3 to 4. The capacity of the largest container was 12 cups. Find the capacity of the smallest container. So it would be helpful to draw a model of A, B, and C. This is what your model would look like. The capacity of the largest container here was C, and 12 cups were the total of C. We want to find the capacity of the smallest container. To do this, let's look at how much of these 1 unit is. I see that 4 units is 12 cups according to this picture over here, this bar model. But I want to just find 1 unit. Okay? When I go from 4 to 1, does it get smaller or bigger? It gets smaller, so I need to divide. What do I divide 4 by to get 1? By itself. 4 divided by 4 is 1 because 1 times 4 is 4. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do it on the other side here. Okay? So 12 divided by 4 is 3. So now 1 unit is 3 cups. But what is my question? The question says to find the capacity of the smallest container. Let's look at our model. It says the capacity of our smallest container is A, and there's 2 units here. So 2 units is how many cups? Well, let's see, from 1 to 2, you had to multiply it by 2. 1 times 2 gets you 2. And then whatever you do on this side, you have to do it on the other side. Times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. We're going to write cups there. Okay, so 2 units gets you 6 cups. So the capacity of the smallest container is 6 cups. All right, it's your turn. Please pause the video and try the guided practice numbers 2 and 3 on your own. Do it on a piece of paper or a whiteboard. Okay? All right. See you soon. Hi again. All right. Let's go over our answers for numbers 2 and 3. Let's start with 2. Raymond cut a roll of ribbon into 3 pieces, X, Y, and Z, in the ratio of 4 to 2 to 1. The length of the longest piece is 28 centimeters. Find the total length of the 3 pieces of ribbon. Oh, I like the model that they drew for us over here so we can visualize the information. So the longest piece is X over here, and here we have 4 units. And 4 units make up a total of 28 centimeters. Okay, so to figure out how many the total length of the 3 pieces of ribbon is, we have to first figure out how much is 1 unit. Okay, so what do we know? We know that 4 units is 28 centimeters, but we want to know just 1 unit. So how did I get from 4 to 1? Did I multiply or divide? I divided because it got smaller. The number got smaller. What do I divide 4 by to just get 1? By itself. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do it on the other side over here. What is 28 divided by 4? It is 7. So 1 unit is 7 centimeters. Now it says we have to find the total number of units. That is, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total units. Okay? Because our question says find the total length of the 3 pieces of ribbon. So now 7 units represents the total of the 3 pieces of string. So now let's see over here. From 1 to 7, did I get bigger or smaller? I got bigger, so I have to multiply. What do I multiply 1 by to get 7? 7. 1 times 7 is 7. Whatever I do on this side, I have to do it on the other side. So 7 times 7 is 49. So my total length of my string is 49 centimeters. And I filled in the boxes here for you. But they didn't stack it. They just wrote it across. I prefer to stack it so I can visualize this better. So you do it in the way that is more comfortable for you. Okay, let's look at number 3. It says the amounts of Mrs. Cato's monthly car payment, electric bill, and grocery bill last month were in the ratio 5 to 4 to 6. The grocery bill was $432. How much was the total amount of all 3 bills? So, I like how, again, they drew the bar model for us. How convenient. The grocery bill is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, and the total of the 6 units is $432. So we want to find what 1 unit is. If we know what 1 unit is, then we can find the total cost of all the 3 bills together. So let's try it. So we have 6 units is $432. So I want to go from 6 to 1. It got smaller, so I have to divide, and I'm going to divide by 6 because 6 divided by 6 is 1. Or you can double check by going 1 times 6 equals 6. Whatever I do on this side, I have to do it on the other side, divided by 6. And 432 divided by 6. I didn't memorize this. Did you? Let's do it over here. Let's do long division. 432 divided by 6. Okay? So, 6 times 4, no, 6 times something gives you 4, no. 6 times something, can it give you 43 or close to 43? Yeah, 7. 6 times 7 is 42. I'm going to subtract it over here. 1, that's a 0. I'm going to bring down the 2. 6 times what gives you 12? That's 2. Then you subtract 12. Sweet. Okay? So, it's 72. So 1 unit is $72. But we want to find the total number of units because the question says how much was the total amount of all 3 bills. So if we count all the units, we see here that there are 15 units total. Okay, so from 1, we want to go to 15. Okay. And here, let's see, how do I get 1 to 15? I have to multiply by 15, right? Because any number times 1 gives you 15. Okay? Whatever I do on that side, I have to do it on the other side. Oh gosh, 72 times 15. I don't know this off the top of my head. Let's work it out over here. Okay, so 72 times 15. Okay. All right, so we have to do 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 1 is 36. We have to go to the new line. We can drop a 0 here. Now we're going to do 1 times 2, which is 2. 1 times 7, which is 7. And we're going to add these values. Okay, so it turns out to be 72 times 15 is 1,080. So the total cost of all 3 bills is $1,080. Ooh, that's expensive. All right, and here's the work given to you. All right. Good job. Okay, finally, we're going to practice drawing models. Let's look at this example. It says Camille's salary is 2/5 times Belinda's salary. Oh, So we have a fraction that represents the amounts of salaries. So do you remember how to figure out from this um, how to draw the number of units that correlate with Camille and that correlate with Belinda? Well, we have to do it like this, okay? So Camille's salary um, refers to the numerator portion of the fraction, and Belinda's salary refers to the denominator of the fraction. So it looks something, oh, so let's draw a model, okay? So to draw a model, it'll look something like this, right? So Camille represents 2 units, Belinda represents 5 units over here. So it says find the ratio of Belinda's salary to Camille's salary. And when we want to write our answer as a ratio in fraction form, the numerator is the first term and then the denominator is the second term. So Belinda to Camille. So Belinda is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Camille is 2. Okay? So the ratio is 5 to 2. It says Belinda earned $895. How much did they earn altogether? Oh, okay. So Belinda over here earned $895. Okay? We don't know how much Camille earned. To know how much they all earn, we have to figure out how much one unit is first. Okay? And then we can get the ball rolling in figuring out how much they both earn altogether. So let's take a look at Belinda. Belinda has how many units here? Belinda has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, right? So we're going to do 5 units gets you $895, okay? And then how much does 1 unit get you? Well, let's see. What did I do to get 5 to 1? I divided it by 5, and whatever I do there, I have to do it on this side. Okay. 895 divided by 5. I'm going to do my work over here. So messy. So let's see. Okay, 5 times 1 gets close to 8 without going over, and that gives you a 3. 5 times 7 gets close to 39 without going over. You see it? Okay, and then I bring down the 5. 5 times 9 gets you 45, and then that'll be 0. Woohoo! So 1 unit is $179. But am I done? I'm not done because the question says how much did they earn all together? Okay, so all together they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. Okay, so 7 units gets you how much money? Ooh, so messy. Okay, 7 units gets you how much money? Okay. Let me just erase this and write it a bit neater. 7 units. Let's see how much money. Okay. So let's see. From 1 to 7, it got bigger, so I have to multiply it by 7, and I have to do the same thing on the other side. 179 times 7. I'm going to do it over here. Okay, 179 times 7. Okay. So from here, let's see what I get. 9 times 7 is 63. 7 times 7 is 49. 49 plus 6 is 54. Right? 49 plus 6 is 55, actually. 49 plus 6 is 55, right? 7 times 1 is 7 plus 5 is 12. Okay? So 7 units gets you 1,253. $3. So that's the answer to B. All right, now it's your turn, and I would like for you to pause the video and try number 4 on your own. All right, see you soon. Hi again. Okay, let's look at number 4. The number of coins Layla has is 7/3 times the number of coins Sally has. So Layla refers to 7, Sally refers to 3, and you see how they drew the bar model here for you for Layla with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units, and Sally has 1, 2, 3 units here. Find the ratio of the number of coins Sally has, which we know, which is 3, to the number of coins Layla has, which we know, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, to the number of coins they have all together. So we didn't figure that out yet, but the total number of units is what represents the total number of coins they have all together. And so that'll be 10. So now we know the number of coins Sally has, which is 3. The number of coins Layla has, which is 7. And then the number of coins that total they have, which is 10. So the ratio of the number of coins Sally has to the number of coins Layla has to the number of coins they have is 3 to 7 to 10. Now that we have this information, let's look at B. Layla has 896 coins. How many coins do they have all together? Okay, so we know Layla has 7 units, and 7 units represent 896 coins. And how did I get from 7 to 1? Well, it got smaller, so I have to divide. And I know I divide a number by itself if I want it to equal 1. I have to do the same thing on the other side. I have to divide this side by 7. And I don't know this off the top of my head. So 896 divided by 7, I'm going to do it here. All right, so let's see. 7 times 1 gives you 7, which gets close to 8. And I'm going to subtract number 1. I'm going to bring down the 9. Okay, 7 times 2 gets close to 19 without going over, and that's 14. That gives me a 5. Bring down the 6. 7 times 8 gives me 56. Sweet, okay? So 1 unit is equal to 128 coins. Am I done? I'm not done, because the question says, how many coins do they have all together? Well, let's look at the total number of units. That's 10 units is the total number of units. Okay, so let's see. 1 to 10, it got bigger, so I have to multiply, and I'm going to multiply it by 10. 1 times 10 is 10. Whatever I do on this side, I have to do it on the other side. I have to multiply 1, I'll do it here with the number. I have to multiply 128 by 10. Oh, and that's easy to do. Whenever I multiply by a 10, I take whatever I'm multiplying and add a 0. So, in total, they have 1,280 coins. And it's written here for you. Woo! Alright, well, 5th grade, I'm sending my love to you out in video land. I'm really proud of you, and have a great day. Bye!